The first oil well was drilled in 1859 in Pennsylvania. They found oil at 69 feet. This is the Chavia well in Russia, drilled by Exxon in 2012, 40,604 feet. It is one of the deepest wells in the world. Today, finding oil and gas is a lot more complex than poking holes in the ground. Oil companies explore thousands of square miles onshore and offshore for potential drill sites every year. They record a lot of subsurface measurements. When the data is collected in real time, information pours in every second. And this data is spread across multiple engineering disciplines: geophysics, geology, geomechanics, reservoir engineering, drilling, and production engineering. However, all of these data sets are analyzed in isolation. And this information is not, for example, if you have production engineers looking at the formation information, they will have a better understanding by looking at the drilling problems. But this information is not easily shared among the team members because of disconnected software workflows. Current technologies have a lot of difficulties integrating all this data. There is also a big shortage of trained and experienced engineers. With all these limitations, critical decisions are based on prior experience and incomplete data analysis. So in many cases, oil companies cannot recover all of the oil from the reservoir. For example, if you have a well that can produce 5,000 barrels a day, they end up recovering only 30 to 40%. They lose money, and the entire operation becomes unviable. I'm Sashi Gunturu, founder and CEO of Petrabytes. We integrate, visualize, and analyze big oil field data. And we have customers paying us to do exactly that. I have a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering and a dual master's degree in petroleum engineering and computer science from University of Tulsa, Oklahoma. I worked in the oil field for 13 years with Geomechanics International and Baker Hughes. So I know firsthand how complex oil and gas exploration is. Oil companies spend approximately 10 to 20% of their exploration budget gathering information about the subsurface. And this data is growing exponentially. Current software tools have difficulties processing this enormous volume of information, so they only use a small portion for analysis and throw away the rest. With Petrabytes, we provide the technology to use every single measurement without any data reduction in order to provide a more accurate representation of the geological formations. Also, understanding the subsurface requires a combination of multiple earth sciences. Petrabytes provides two critical missing pieces for accurate analysis: seamless integration of all the data from multiple earth sciences and seamless access of all the interpretations to the entire team. With Petrabytes, geoscientists and drilling engineers can plan intelligent wells to avoid drilling problems. Similarly, reservoir engineers and production engineers can work together to improve fracture design to increase production. In addition to data integration, Petrabytes provides geomechanical models that are critical for drilling and hydraulic fracturing. For example, we are collaborating with Spanish multinational oil and gas company Repsol to address drilling challenges. In this project, once the team identifies a potential drill site, we begin to process different data types, such as seismic gathers from the entire exploration area, formation information about the sediments, data from previously drilled wells, rock samples, and lab results. With Petrabytes, geoscientists visualize and analyze all of this data and compute 3D rock properties for the drill site. They then build a pre-drill model for the planned well. Once they begin drilling, Petrabytes analyzes real-time measurements and compares them with the pre-drill model. If there are any potential problems, the team is immediately alerted. This is how we prevent wellbore collapses and ensure the safety of the entire drilling operation. Petrabytes also provides specialized analytics on our comprehensive platform. For example, we address fracking. By integrating the mechanical stress models with well-designed and geophysical measurements, we are developing an improved fracture design to increase production. Our main goal is to enable engineers put the fractures in the right position before they begin to stimulate and enhance production. Also, with our sensor data interpretation software, we can now monitor flow patterns during hydraulic fracturing operations. The total market for exploration software is about $3 billion. We estimate our total available market is about $200 million and growing. We are going after this market with two revenue models: traditional software licensing for enterprise customers and software as a service for small, mid-sized companies. Our technology has been implemented by both operators and service companies. In addition to Repsol, we are collaborating with Geodynamics, a leader in well perforating, to develop the most advanced perforation simulator. Since inception, we have generated over $2 million in revenue. Currently in Oman, we are working on 2 pilot projects with a service company where we take data from multiple wells and downhole gauge data to characterize flow patterns from the reservoir. The team behind Petrabytes has extensive industry experience and complementary skills. Dr. Dan Morgan has advanced 3D imaging experience. He's one of the experts in pattern matching and machine learning. Sarah Lee has analyzed seismic data for 7 years, and Sairam Gurti has over 7 years of statistical software development experience. So our team is able to apply deep data mining techniques and statistical methods and integrating with oil field analytics. Mahesh Desai, our financial advisor, worked for Indian Oil Corporation and has over 15 years of oil and gas accounting experience. Currently, we are looking to expand our team, especially in sales and marketing. We are looking for customer introductions, pilot projects, and channel partners. Petrabytes is a platform that is enabling analytics that were deemed impossible until now. Come join us to unlock the full potential of the hydrocarbon reserves. Thank you.
All right, Sashi, I'll admit, Kirk's been feeding Samir and I drinks since about 8 a.m., so if we drop off the script, I apologize.
What?
So, yeah, no, don't worry about it. So tell me about your competition. How are you going to beat the rest of these guys who are doing it, doing things like you?
Yeah, so for example, all the big service companies like, Schlumberger and Halliburton, they have some excellent software, and because it's built on several years of research. But as the data keeps increasing, we need a platform that can manage and visualize. So my main goal is to make sure that unless you're able to analyze and visualize the data properly, and without any data reduction, you cannot really analyze the data. So we believe that we can collaborate with these companies and make their software better. So basically, we have 2 options. One is to make sure we provide the data handling capability as the data grows bigger, and also provide specialized analytics, especially in advanced well planning. As Hiroshi was mentioning, like in the unconventionals, there is a big space where you need to integrate data, and also in the fiber optic sensing.
So is your product then ready for demo, or kind of where are you in the life cycle?
Yeah, I mean, the core platform has been there for a long time. So, for example, we are developing software with Repsol, and it's already in production. And then with Geodynamics, it's already being used by the customers. On the sensor data software, where we can analyze a lot of DAS data, especially the distributed acoustic sensing, we are looking for pilot projects.
So you mentioned rock samples and lab data and geophysics. What data sets in the oil and gas field are you particularly good at now, and what data sets do you think you're going to be getting a lot better at in the future?
Yeah, so the biggest value we add is with the seismic data, where the data is huge, and also the whole energy sector is moving towards intelligent sensing, where they're monitoring pipelines, and wells. So we think we have a significant advantage with fiber optic sensing data as well. And also, if you have 10 wells, you can build a model. What happens if you have 100 wells or 1,000 wells or 10,000 wells? That's where we come in.
So a little bird whose name rhymes with Mark tells us that you're one of 90 experts in the world on a particular area of geoscience. Can you tell us how you're uniquely qualified to do
Yeah.
what you're doing?
Yeah, especially in the geomechanics, it's a specialized science. So that's extremely critical for hydraulic fracturing and as well as drilling, because unless you understand the stress orientation as well as the magnitude, whether it's perforating or drilling or fracking, I mean, you need to get the stress models right. And that's where geomechanics plays a big role.
Awesome. Sounds like you're the guy.
Yeah, thanks, Sashi.
Yeah.
Good job.